When we were doing an A to B comparison between all these units that we're working on here, the one unit, but we were using the other one as a reference model. The other two have heating on them, but what we noticed is the gas line is right in front of stopping the blockage, and even mounted to the service panels that have to be removed for even to be able to service or work on or inspect. But I thought this was a little odd. This is your natural gas line for firing the furnace right at the air intake for going into the building. I thought it was a fluke, but the other one has a right at the air intake going up inside the unit. One of those kind of things, like if there was a little gas leak, leaking gas right up into a unit. But the chances are 1 in a million. But just one of those little things. But we did have a little problem with finding and sourcing the original motors on this where we can. These were apparently all the real cheap off-brand Chinese, made in Zhonggong Broad Ocean Motor Company. We thought it was just a fluke on that one, but it's actually, they were all like that. We ended up getting a different motor and making it work, because we were told trying to get that one, we're not going to source it locally. And hopefully we got a heavier duty motor. There was a heavier duty motor available, but I was trying to source the original one, and supposedly this one's better, ball bearings and everything like that. And there's one step up with this, was for extreme climates, but the wiring was a little more complicated like this one here, and we had to compensate for the way the wiring was. It's up and running now, and we're just doing final touch-ups. What we found here was, you have this big battery cable like wire there. Well, this little tiny wire nut, if you see the metal piece inside, is tiny for only 2 little number 10 wires, if that. And they had this huge Mongo thing in here that's like a small car battery wire forced in there, split the wire, and it was just hidden underneath the tape. And so we took care of that. The wires were just touching, they weren't even twisted together or barely holding together. And we replaced the little 50-cent capacitor that goes for the new fan motor from one of the little, the thing was basically could fit in the tips of 2 fingers. And we see that this was replaced new before, and so now the downstairs room will be up and running. We're about to go get the sheet metal.